Namaskara and welcome to BIC Talks, a podcast brought to you by Bangalore International Centre, where we present conversations that move, inform, and encourage discourse.
Hello, Namaskara, and welcome for this evening's program, which you have titled as Chaturanga to Chess. And to my immediate right is Tej Kumar, Karnataka's first Grandmaster and India's 50th. And to his right is Arvind Shastri, veteran organizer, four-time Karnataka champion. And to my left is Sarita Reddy. She was the sixth Indian national champion, and she's a coach. And she and her brother Sudhakar Babu were the first sister-brother pair to take part in an Olympiad. It was a record held till Vaishali and Pragnananda took part in the 22 Chess Olympiad. And Manisha Moite, veteran journalist, a champion herself. So let's begin with, I will just look at Indian chess in the last 50 years, just to give a perspective. I don't know how many of you remember that in 1962, India had only one international master, Manuel Aaron. And 62 is also my year of birth. So from then to now, we have had a long global ride, and today we are one of the superpowers. And we'll look at it, the reasons for it later. The growth of chess, maybe Anand is a good reference point. The pre-Anand era and the post-Anand period, will clearly see how chess developed. So from 62 with one grandmaster, it took 17 years to have a second grandmaster. It happened in 1978, and Ravi Kumar was the second international master. And then Anand became grandmaster in 88. And then it has been a tremendous growth, an explosion of talent. So if you look at till 2000, we had just three grandmasters: Vishy Anand, Debyendu Barua, and Praveen Tipse. Then in 2000, two more added, Shashikiran and Abhijit Kunte. But in the new millennium, if you take a look at it, it has been nothing short of a fairy ride. In the first 10 years, we had 20 grandmasters. And the next 10, you won't believe it, a staggering 45 grandmasters. And then the third half of the third decade till 25, we added another 15. So we have 25 grandmasters. But to me, the 2010 and 20 period was the golden period, when 45 grandmasters emerged from the country. And one particular year I would like to mention, that is 2018. Means 45 grandmasters, meaning almost 4 grandmasters a month. So 2008 in particular had 8 grandmasters. And in that, 3 names stand out. I mean, if you just look at the names, you'll be amazed. Grandmaster number 52, Pragnananda. 53, Nihal Sarin. 54, Arjun Ergaisi. And these 3 grandmasters, they became grandmasters in a period of 3 months, I think. Pragnananda was the first in June, then Nihal Sarin, and then Arjun Ergaisi. And the thing was, Pragnananda was 12, Nihal Sarin and Arjun Ergaisi 14. Then Gukesh came in 2019 as the 60th GM. So it has been a phenomenal ride, 85 GMs. And that particular period of 2010 to 20, I don't think even the mighty Soviet Union, hiding behind the Iron Curtain, could boast of such numbers. I may be wrong, but I find this number very staggering. And when it comes to women's chess, it is not as huge as men's, but it was spectacular in its own way, given the period they took place. So the first 10 years, the Kandilkar sisters dominated, Vasanti, Jayashree, and the youngest Rohini. And they won the first 10 titles. Vasanti won 1, Jayashree 4, and Rohini 5. And the person to break the monopoly was Bhagyashree Sathe, now Bhagyashree Tipse. And then Anupama Gokhale. And the next national women champion is among us, Sarita Reddy. So it has had its own growth. And then when Vijayalakshmi came and became the women international women grandmaster, that was a turning point. She was a catalyst as sorts. Then, of course, Konneru Ampi in 6, Harika in 11, then finally Vaishali in 24. We have 3 women grandmasters and 4,000 FIDE masters. And significantly, India has the youngest FIDE master, rated FIDE master, in Ankit Sarkar. He's 4-year-old from Calcutta, and he's training under Divyendu Barua right now. So that, friends, is Indian chess in a nutshell. Not a nutshell, maybe given the importance, maybe Indian chess in a oyster, like the pearl. So now let's open up and let's talk about the reasons behind it and what made India become a superpower. And to begin with, I'll ask a straightforward question. Did any of you think that India would be where it is today as a superpower? Let's say about 10, 15 years ago. We'll begin with Karnataka's first Grandmaster and India's 50th, Tej Kumar.
Good evening, everyone. So, like, if we go back and see, I don't think my feeling that today what we have in chess, I don't thought that this would happen, and that too very fast. So, before 2010, as Vijay was telling, there were the number of GMs in the country was very, the numbers were very less, and from 2011 till date, there is a good, very good increase in the number of GMs. So in 2008, I got all the Grandmaster norms, and I was on the way of becoming GM, but there were ups and downs, and it took some time for me to become a Grandmaster in 2017, and I became the 50th. So what I think is, what I feel after COVID, lot of players have come up, and I feel that is the golden period for Indian chess. So after COVID, the craze for chess has increased everywhere throughout the world, and India has made remarkable progress after COVID.
Good evening, everyone. If I see, I started my journey at 89, but during that time, if you can't even imagine, 50 players playing is a big deal. Also, 50 players is a successful event. Now, in 2018, Karnataka, we had a state championship. The entry itself was 1,000. So that's the drastic change we can see. But I couldn't imagine this thing will happen during that time. And mainly, what we had seen, the transition period is like remarkable. During those days, there is no support. If you think parents' awareness is also was very much important for the growth, because those days it was like a taken as a hobby, chess as a hobby. There was no support from either from the parents or from the government. So nowadays the government is also supporting chess, and as Tej was telling, after the COVID, maybe the second step is Olympiad, and maybe if I'm not wrong, this Queen's Gambit series also helped the chess much. And as this is a golden era, there we had a lot of like positive things. Winning Olympiad and Gukesh becoming the youngest world champion. So all this culminated in the growth of chess. So as I said, it was like from 50, 60 to now, any tournament in Bangalore will have minimum 400 entries. And you don't believe there are like every week there will be 2 tournaments in Bangalore. Every Saturday and Sunday there will be one each. And you may not get the tournament dates for another 6 months. That is booked. The organizers entries are so much. In Bangalore, in particular, we have almost 4,000, 5,000 registered players. There's a drastic growth from previous this. Definitely, we would not have imagined that we'll reach this stage.
Yeah, I started playing chess at the age of 10. There was a national junior girls championship. My brother went as a manager, so he said, "Why don't you come and play the tournament?" So I went for nationals. Hardly 8 people participated in national sub junior girls. Then I just played, and I just had learned. I didn't know much about chess. Then I finished second. After that, 86 I started playing seriously. Yeah, it was not, I never imagined chess in India at present, because when I go for world age category groups, Russians, everyone was afraid of Russians. Oh, you're playing Russian player, like that. But now it has taken a turn. It's our in India. Yeah, they feel same now, Indian players by saying, yeah. I think chess became more popular after Vishwanath Anand won the world championship. That is one turning point. Then pandemic, yeah. Then Olympiad we had in Chennai. Now Gukesh, yeah. Now it's very popular, and yeah, lot of support is coming from and sponsors, government support. Everything is happening. I think it's helping a lot. Thank you.
I just forgot to mention, Sarita was 15 years old when she won the national A title.
Actually, I was 14
Okay.
when I finished my championship, but it is in the
Typical Indian style, I think. Yeah. Now, Manisha has seen chess from inside and outside. She was a player, she was a champion, then she became a journalist, a columnist, and she has covered all the world championship in which Anand has taken part. So maybe she'll be able to elaborate it more.
Good evening, everyone. As a player, okay, I was a state champion, but I haven't played much of chess. It was always a hobby. In those days, you couldn't think of playing chess professionally, and I was more academically inclined. I started following Anand from 1997 when he just lost his first world championship match to Karpov. And then from 2000, when he won the title, I have more or less covered all the world championships that he has played in. So when Anand was playing, every time we used to have, at that time, not many are aware, but the children's chess started, age category level chess, which has contributed a lot to Indian chess, I would say. Prior to that, we had only the juniors, the sub-juniors, and the regular championships. But with the introduction of age level categories, we started having under 8, under 10, under 12, and a lot of youngsters started getting attracted to chess. So, but till Anand, you could say when Anand became a world champion, it was just gaining momentum. And now we talk about more about Arjun, Gukesh, and Prag. But in those days, Hampi and Hari Krishna. Hari Krishna, I think after Anand, Hari Krishna, Pentala Hari Krishna, he's been one of the most naturally talented player we had. It's unfortunate that he didn't become a world champion. Not many of you may be aware, but Hari Krishna was a part of Gukesh's team for the Singapore World Championship. And he was also a second to the reigning women's world champion, Yu Wenjun. So he even though he didn't become a world champion, he helped the Gukesh to be a world champion, also Yu Wenjun. After that, then suddenly, I think it is, you can say this, Ramesh started his Gurukul in Chennai. Ramesh he had won the British Chess Championship, and he looked like he had a great chess career ahead. But suddenly he decided, okay, he has reached his potential. He would like to help other players grow. So he started this chess Gurukul in Chennai. And right now you see all the top players are coming from his stable, Pragyananda, Vaishali, then Pragyananda, Vaishali, and I think Arvind Chidambaram. And after that, after Anand retired, he started this Vaka in association with Westbridge Anand Chess Academy. So there, initially they picked up Nihal Sarin, Gukesh, Arjun Eregesi, Ronak Sadhwani, and Vaishali. Vaishali was added later on. And there's one more player from Goa, Luke Mendonca. He also has been working with them. He's also a very promising player. So that is how now the chess prodigy started growing. So actually, I was covering Anand after 2015. I took a 3-year sabbatical because I thought chess had become boring. There was nothing. And then comes the pandemic and boom, you have a lot of interesting people. And I started writing on chess again after that.
Before proceeding, the Anand effect on chess, particularly after he became undisputed world champion 5 times. I mean, 3 times. Was he 5 times undisputed?
5 times.
All 5 times undisputed.
No, not all 5 times.
Not all 5 times. That's what I meant to say. Yeah. All
2008,
formats.
2008, he became the undisputed world
Undisputed,
champion.
correct. So the Anand effect on chess, maybe we can compare it to the Sir C.V. Raman effect on science, because whatever C.V. Raman discovered, light passing through material and then changing its wavelength. It had a very strong influence on so many subjects like chemistry, biology, physical structure, and then even medicine. So Anand effects was much more than that, I think. He changed the dynamics of chess in the country. Chess became a spectator sport because of his creative moves and the pace at which he used to play, and the way he used to wriggle out of complicated positions, and the way he grew, the rapid growth. So it won't be wrong to say that what Raman did to science, Anand did to chess. So now let's come to the reasons behind the revolution. There may be many, and most importantly, I think it's the sponsorship coming in, parents' support, and the infrastructure growing, and the popularity of the game itself increasing. So let's start with Arvind. And here you can always focus on Karnataka chess also. Simultaneous growth of Karnataka chess along with the Indian chess. Not parallelly, maybe somewhere it was meeting some place. Arvind.
As I said, I started at 89. There was only one place in Bangalore, that is State Youth Center. That is the place where all state championship used to held. No other place in Karnataka. So from that stage, as I said, it is like 40, 50 like hobby players used to play. The it was like weekend, there will be like memorial events, like Tal Memorial event. Some tournaments will be there. Friday and Saturday, Tuesday and Friday, the club there was a chess international club of Bangalore that was like run by some chess enthusiasts.
Which year was this?
During my days, I started at 89. During that day, it was there already. So it used to open at my 5:30 to 8:30 in the evening. We used to rush there, like people used to come and play like a hobby. We used to take their. That's how our practice was going on. Because during those days, there was no books, chess books. Even if it was there was a chess library. It was all in Russian. We are and one more thing was even if you get like chess books, it is in a Sapna bookstall where all in pounds. During those days, it was like not afford to by parents. So we started at that age. So it was very difficult. This. So one even in adjournment, maybe people are not aware now how the chess goes. During those days, if it was 8 hours game, if the game is not over, we used to seal the move and come next day and continue the game.
Oh,
So it was like test match now, if you think of.
have you played in that format?
Yeah, I have played. We have played.
Was any of your moves sealed?
Yeah, there are so many moves
Oh.
sealed. So we used to play the tournament, come early and start from the present position. And there was like adjudication. Arbiter used to say adjudicate the game. Okay, this if the game is not over, he will adjudicate. Like, this is draw or win, loss.
Okay.
Then get ready for the next one.
Uh-huh.
So that was the part. Then our game started improving because of the there was like correspondence chess during those days.
Yes.
We used to use postcard. 10 paisa postcard used to. We had a tournaments. All India correspondence chess was there. So we became a member for it, and there was a tournament list. They used to send us the like 9 players round robin event. I have their addresses. We used to send a move like E4 and next question mark from my opponent. Send in the postcard. It used to come back maybe 15 days once. Come back. So the game was like 1 year.
No, was it official?
Yeah, official.
Okay, yeah,
There was
oh,
rating
yeah.
for that also.
Mm.
There was no after email era it all left.
No, but if you write your move on a postcard, it's visible to everybody.
No, I'm sending to his
Address,
There was
so-
no like computer. No,
Okay.
it is not the computer age.
Mm.
So and again he will send the move from there. Some slowly what in the opening stage we used to send E4, C6, D4, D5. If you play this, I'm playing this variation. Like that it started. So those things improved our game. So during those days there was no computer, right? So we had to practice. We had to pick a friend to discuss the game. So analyze long, and the game used to have 1.5 years. So 1.5 years. So slowly I stopped playing because what happened? The person who is losing stopped sending the moves. So there is a rule. You have to send 2 reminders, then report to the All India correspondence chess. So after the second reminder, I used to get a move. So again, the same story was continuing. So it was a good experience for us. We had to maintain a big book, log book to write the games all. So that helped us to improve our game during those. It was stressful, but it was enjoyable. Now after that stage, we came to this new like when I qualified for national year, it was like 2003. It was a very toughest tournament. Maybe during those days, 20 players, 19 rounds.
Oh, okay. Oh.
So it is one again. Manisha will be knowing that. Sarita will be knowing that during those days the national the Olympiad team used to get selected through that tournament. Top 6 will be like even Tej qualified for that. We are struggle was there like no computer age, so we had to practice and play at the top of the this. Now it is a rating criteria is taking ground to select selection criteria is rating. During those days, it was not like that. So from the stage, maybe 2005, I came to administration. So after becoming like state champion, everything, there was not much support from the government during those days. I not even got a single rupee from the government to play outside. So that was the situation. So you forget about the rating tournaments in Karnataka. There was no rating tournament during those days. I had to play like Hyderabad or Chennai or Tamil Nadu to play rating tournaments. That was the situation. So not much tournaments here. So we had to travel outside to play. And being like parents thinking that it's a hobby sport, there was no support much. So we had to earn on our own and play. And there was no coaching. Nowadays, each and everyone will get the coaching. And even you'll find thousands of videos to practice through YouTube, all that benefits you have. During this, it was not there. Slowly, when we took the administration, then we started approaching the government. And nowadays, you can see our some place got 30 lakhs as a support from the government. K.S. Raghunandan, and the international master, got 30 lakhs from state government. And even Pranavanand, recent Grandmaster, got 10 lakhs. Like that, now the government is supporting. Maybe last maybe 10-15 years. That may be the for betterment of the game. Otherwise, everyone will agree that chess is not a spectator game. Any layman can't understand the game. That is our biggest problem. You have to play silently. You can't clap like other sports. You can't clap. Even if you find a good move, you should be silent. So even if you see spectacular move, you can't clap. Like other sports, this is where like it is stopping our growth. Maybe because of the sponsorship, no reaching sponsorship. This was the problem we faced. Now slowly, when we came to administration, we saw this some state championship we did with the 10 lakhs prize fund when I was the secretary. So that was the like still it is the highest in India for a state championship. Then recently, maybe this is second year running, we had a grandmaster event.
Yes.
These are all like the growth from there to here. Karnataka is coming. So from the stage, we have almost 15,000. We are proudly say we can. We are the fourth in India in registration. After maybe third or fourth, we are fluctuating. We are fighting with Kerala. After Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra, we are in the third or fourth for registration. These are the Karnataka.
And Tej, you became a national champion without a professional coach. So how was it then? And how do you see this progression from your point of view?
My chess journey began unexpectedly. So my mother took me to an exhibition in Mysore. So there was a bookstall. So I was just going through the books and found the chess book. It was mentioned how to become a world champion. So so I got interested and asked my mother. So she bought me that book. And my father used to play, and that's how I started playing chess. When I started playing chess in Mysore, there were tournaments happening, monthly one tournament, but the players were only around 60 to 70 players maximum. So I developed interest and start playing, and slowly I was improving, performing better at state and national level. So the turning point was in 2003. So I became a national under 25 champion. So I was pursuing my post graduation. I didn't play chess much for 1.5 years, But as I won the state champion, so I got selected for national under 25. I decided that I will give it a try and went without a practice. So, and played well to become a grandmaster. So there were many players, Abhijit Gupta, Himanshu Sharma, and all good players were there, but still I managed to win. So then I thought, okay, I will, like, there is something I should give it a try. So I should give more time. So then I took seriously after completing my post graduation. Then till 2007. So after finishing, I didn't join anywhere for work. So I used to practice and play the events. And I thought I will give this year a deadline so that I will complete my international master title. So my plan was to get into some job where they provide sports quota so that I can concentrate on chess and stability, financial stability. But for 4 years, I was trying, but I was not able to break through. And I thought 2007 may be the last year. So I was 27. So this is the final year. I will then decide whether to continue or not. But during the end of 2007 in December, so I got my first international master norm as well as the grandmaster norm, which I was not expecting. So I was expecting to get IM norm and IM title, but it came as a bonus to me. And then within a span of 6 months, I was able to complete all the grandmaster norms apart from the international master norms. But the only thing, the criteria which was left is the rating criteria. So it took some time for me to get it. In 2013, I became the national B champion. And also in 2013, I got selected to play in National A, and I finished fourth in National A. So that was my best performance with Shashi Kiran and many top players, Adiban, all the players were playing there. In 2017, I became a grandmaster. So first from Karnataka and the 50th from the country. So what I have seen, the changes during this period is maybe from 2010 onwards, I think there is a substantial growth in the players. So previously, like when I was playing in Mysore, my father used to accompany, and okay, he will leave at the venue and then go back to do his work. But what I see today is in Bangalore, anywhere if we go and see the tournament, the parents will be waiting from morning to evening with the children. So this is very huge development. So the parents are also like considering this chess is important for the child, and also they are supporting lot to their kids. And also the numbers have, as Arvind was telling, the events. Previously, we used to travel to the other states to play tournaments because there were not tournaments happening in Karnataka. But nowadays, we can see almost every month we have a FIDE rating tournament and local tournaments. Like Bangalore, we can say Bangalore players contribute to around 60% of the Karnataka chess players. So Bangalore, a lot of players have come up, and you can see all the state champions, category state champions, they are from Bangalore is dominating. So Bangalore are producing a lot of champions. Previously, Mysore was a place where champions used to come. There were N. Sanjay and K.N. Chetan. He was also a state champion, and myself, Girish Kaushik. So he was also a grandmaster. So he was the third grandmaster from Karnataka. So this is what I feel. The parents have come up and supporting kids, and kids have also developed interest in chess. So in India, I think there are 3 states which have made chess as a compulsory subject in the schools. So considering the importance of chess, and this has helped a lot. And coming to sponsorship, yes. So previously, I used to, like, my father used to support, and I used to play the tournaments, and by winning the prizes, I used to keep it for traveling to the next tournaments. So I was not getting that exposure. But the Department of Youth Services and Sports, so they came up with the idea of reimbursing the airfare for the international trips from 2013 to 16. They were providing financial assistance. That gave a good exposure for me. And I had no professional coaching from the starting. So
Yeah, that's what I was coming to.
Yeah.
So when did you get a coach? After you became a GM?
no. So I will come to that.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
there was a coach called Hupendra in Mysore. So that's where my father was my first teacher, and then after playing tournaments, I came to know that there is a lot more. There were rules which I didn't know. So there were some people were writing this. What they are writing? I didn't understand. So all these things, I went to a coach in Upendra. So he was my first professional guru, I can say. But it was 1 month. So then there was a player called Jyoti Prakash. So he is from Tamil Nadu. So he had come to Mysore for taking some classes for the other kids. So I came to know and I got some classes from him. And apart from that, I used to work on my own. Like from the period after I got all the Grandmaster norms, and I was like trying to get the criteria of reaching the 2500 rating. So I was very near sometimes, but sometimes I came down. There was inconsistency. I didn't understand where I was going wrong. That's where I felt like I should go for some professional coaching. And Alexander Golshapov from Ukraine. So I had some sessions with him. So it helped me a lot. Like there were some parts where I was making mistakes in the middle game. So he understood and explained to me this is where you have to improve. So like this, I managed to overcome some of the weakness which I had.
Yeah,
So this is how.
yeah,
it developed.
very interesting journey. Before I go to Sarita, Tej, can you just explain to us how does one become a grandmaster? Because there are so many norms and international norms and grandmaster norms, and then the ELO rating also. Chess as it is very complex. So can you just tell us what are the criteria for becoming a grandmaster?
There are two criteria for becoming a grandmaster. So one criteria is you have to get the three grandmaster norms. So how to get the three grandmaster norms? You have to play in the grandmaster tournaments, and you have to meet 5 or 6 titled players. Titled players in the sense grandmasters, IMs, FIDE masters, and your performance should be 2600 and your players the opponent's average should be 2500. 2500 or 2500, I'm not sure. So like this, if we perform well against these players, so we will be getting one norm. So like that, we have to get 3 norms, and you should reach a rating of 2500. So these are the two criteria.
Okay, suppose you have the norms, and if you don't have the ELO rating, what happens then?
Like till you get the ELO rating, you will not get the title.
So you mean to say there are people who have the norms but not the ELO rating and still not a grandmaster?
Yeah, there are many people who are having the norms or who have already crossed the rating, but they are not having grandmaster norms.
Oh, GM elect.
GM
Oh, I
elect.
see. Okay.
So once they complete all the requirements, they will be given the official title.
Okay. Over to Sarita. You can briefly tell us about your journey and the reasons behind the resurgence of chess in India.
Yeah, as I mentioned, I play. Actually, my background is my father is a primary school teacher. I come from a village, 60 kilometers from Bangalore, and he is a teacher. He is very passionate about chess. So he used to play with his friends. That's how it started. Then he introduced to my brother, who is I am Sudhakar Babu. My father was always my pillar. He used to encourage me. That those days, girls very rarely used to play chess. Then I was very fortunate to have my brother in the family already who knows chess. So was the coach for me throughout my career. Yeah, I played first tournament in 82 just for my sake of my father and brother. Then I played. Then after that, that tournament didn't take place till 86. Then the next national junior sub juniors was 86. From there, I started my real journey. I was playing. I won my national sub junior titles 3 times hat trick. Yeah. Then after that, my brother won juniors, national juniors that time. Then it came in newspapers and also my father was showing everyone, no, that impressed me. That I also should come in newspaper like that. Then I took it very seriously. Then I played one nationals. My first nationals was 86, where I finished 6th place. Then second nationals was in Calcutta, 87. There I won the championship. From then onwards, I was always in top 6 uh, till I quit my chess. Yeah, 88, 98 I quit in the end. 99 February was my last tournament, Goodrick. Yeah, those days there was no chess books. Only Russian books were available, that too in library clubs. I never had access to clubs because I was staying in village. Then only my brother used to coach. By that time, my career started. My brother was posted in Bhilai Steel Plant. He took a job in Bhilai Steel Plant. So I had no partner to play, only my brother who is very far away, and I have to travel in train. Those days we used to travel by train only. So yeah, I used to go before tournaments, 15 days before. I used to go to Bhilai by train, Nagpur. Then I have to change my train and then go and stay with him for 15 days and get trained. And then I used to go for tournaments. Traveling, I did all by myself. All tournaments. My father was a teacher, he couldn't take leave. So what he used to do, he used to drop me and go back home. Then somebody will put me in bus. So I used to travel alone. That's how my journey was always. Even Delhi, I have traveled many times by train for international tournaments. But now, yeah, a lot of all my career, I have traveled only train. Yeah, so that's how it's happened. And price wise, it was very low. Like my highest was 1,500 was my highest prize money. Barely it could meet my expenses. But my father never gave up, though he was just, we were on middle class family, still he encouraged me. So yeah, that's how I started. Then I played Olympiads, 4 continuously consecutive Olympiads. My brother was there for first Olympiad. My WM title, International Women Master title, I got in 90. I played Asian zonals. There we have, if you, there is a criteria, if you score this much points, you will get title directly. That's where I got my title.
Yeah, Sarita, now apart from your playing days,
Mm.
now you're a coach.
Yeah.
So how is that experience? And are you happy being a player or a coach?
Of course, being a player is always, yeah. Yes, coach also I'm enjoying, but player is always my first.
Okay,
Yeah.
Manisha has seen chess, as I said, from inside and outside. But I would ask her to throw some light on how chess coverage in the media improved over the years. And are you happy the way the game is being covered? Because right now, some newspapers carry it on the sports pages, some newspapers carry it in the general pages. So, how do you see the way the coverage has improved?
Uh, I started writing chess as a Karnataka state chess champion. We had a chess event in Bangalore. It was a national level event, and Times of India wanted me to write as a chess champion, not as a writer. I was skeptical. I had never written before, but they persisted, and that's how my chess writing journey began, or my career, you could say. So in those days, we used to have very few events, and I remember I used to sit with Arvind and all. Once the game is over, take the score sheet, play it out on the board, and then report. I mean, sounds medieval now, but that was the case. And then slowly I started covering other events. Uh, 2001 was my first international event, the Chorus chess event. I went there. I didn't have a laptop. I thought here we used to go to cyber cafes and file our reports. So I thought once you go to a place like Netherlands, you'd have a cyber cafe around. But we didn't have a cyber cafe, and the organizers wouldn't provide any computers. So I used to borrow, and somehow I did my first event like that. Then Anand asked me, "You're covering this event, you don't have a chess engine?" I said, "No. The chess engine or the softwares in those days were only developed by Chess Base Germany." So Anand told me, okay, he'll arrange a chess engine for me. And in those days, I used to be the only woman journalist abroad also. For quite a few, 8-10 years, I was the only women journalist covering a lot of these events. Then slowly, I think after Hari Krishna, the media started paying more attention to chess as such. So from in the 90s, I was just covering a lot of Karnataka, this thing. From 2000 onwards, I started covering Asian Games, Commonwealth, World Championships. And from then on, the technology took over. Like we used to have only Russian media in those days for filming. Indians, hardly anybody was there. There was one person who was retired from Doordarshan Sports. He used to cover some Grand Slam events and even this World Championships and all. Otherwise, only Russian media. Now also, European newspapers and all don't cover like the Indian media. They just write a few articles, maybe a couple of articles in a week. But whereas in India, chess now everybody wants reports every day. In fact, I was writing a chess column for Deccan Herald. It started from '97. It was called Chess Checks. It was a theme-based column. Like initially, I used to comment on all the old and golden games, Fishers, Paskis, and all those. So once with the advent of the softwares and engines, I wanted to stop the column sometime in 2010 or something like that. But by that time, the column was very popular, and the editor said, "No, this has to continue because we are receiving a lot of feedback." So, but by that time, internet had taken over, and right now we have chess journalism. You can say is divided into two. You have the technical chess websites like this chess.com, Chessbase, and we have Deccan Herald, Midday, Times of India, and Hindu. They have been giving a lot of priority to chess as such. So chess journalism in India is now very popular. Like people want to know about all the chess events which are happening.
That's really good news. Now coming to the next level, Arvind, uh, how good is a option of taking chess as a career? Is it still risky or?
Yeah, I can say in either way, risky also. The parents' awareness is more now, but still, we don't have like degree for sports in India, like in other sports. They have to think about academics. Once they see what we have seen is, I had made a statistics during my secretary journey. So when the kids start at under 7, when they reach under 11, 50% of the people would have dropped. So what was the reason behind that? Was this is the sustainability was less. So maybe when they reach 8, they'll start concentrating on the academics. So because here again getting the job, as Tej was mentioning, the financial security is more. Parents also will be in a question mark what to do. Now what has happened is the coaching is a big industry. I've seen some IT professionals leaving their job and starting an academy in Bangalore. We have seen that they are dropping out some 1.5 lakhs. They are living and creating a life for themselves. That is a like drastic change we have seen. So it is in, I can say both way, that main job opportunities has to be more in future. Then only like the parents also can think, okay. Now recently I've seen, yesterday I went to marriage. The both are like international masters. So Sharan Rao, he is an international master with a civil engineering, but he's pursuing. He has made Rao's chess corner in Bangalore. He's not going to that profession. He's going with the passion of chess and running an academy with some 200 students at the age of 25. So you can take in either way. Both, some people are there taking risk and doing better, and again the parents, if they think from parents pursue, they have to think about, yes, what next. It should not be a question mark. Then government has to create more job opportunities like in other countries. Maybe in India is lacking in that.
Okay. Suppose in case, let's say you are 15 and you have a choice, would you gamble on taking chess as a career?
Maybe at present, no.
That's
The
a very
competition is like
very frank answer.
very, very high. So even 2-7 grandmasters, like we have almost in sports, petroleum sports board. They are also and railways. These two are supporting a lot for the sport. Other than that, during those days, maybe bank was supporting. Nowadays, LIC.
LIC is a big sponsor.
Very few, and corporate should support. Then only I think parents also and player wise, I can also think of pursuing it.
Okay. Coming to the next level, the mental health. It's a very crucial issue. Sorry, it has touched almost all sport, including cricket. Virat Kohli recently opened up about his mental problems. Chess, in particular, being a cerebral game, and there's so much of stress on mental strength. So, Tej, how did you handle this crucial aspect?
Yes, of course, stress is very much involved in all the sports, I can say, and in chess also it plays a crucial role. So, like when we will be stressed, I feel like when we lose a game. So if we keep on winning, then okay, it will not matter. So when we lose, then okay, something will come to mind. Okay, what went wrong, and the stress also increases. Like this happened with me many times. So I would have started well, but in between one loss, and I was not able to come back, and there were continuous defeats in the next two rounds. So what I thought was, and yeah, like this was happening, and also in some of the tournaments I used to lose in the second round only. But when I started taking classes, as I said, I had a coach in 2015. So he guided me like, okay, so just think, okay, don't forget about your title, like this, your goal. Just try to give your best on that particular day. So just concentrate to give your 100% on the board. So I used to do yoga also. So and meditation that has also helped me to reduce the stress level and anxiety. And over a period of time, okay, I was able to handle it well. And okay, I can say that yoga has helped me a lot in handling the stress level.
So, supplementary question. So, how do you handle the highs when you're in a high point, and how do you handle the lows when you're really doing bad? So, how do you take care of yourself at those times, and can you pinpoint your high point in your career?
Usually, when I play, so there are some players who like we can see if we see their face, we can come to know what is happening in the board. So whether they are losing or winning.
So, more psychological
Yeah.
warfare. Yeah.
So like myself, like many people say, like I will not be giving all those emotions. So whatever is happening in the board.
So, basically, you have to be a good actor as well.
It comes naturally. So it's not practice. So I feel like I was so much involved, whether it is a losing position or winning position. So I don't want to give the opponent the psychological edge. Like some players, they will understand if the position is, if they see us, they can understand how it is going in on the mind. So I used to reduce the eye contact with the players. I used to see the board most of the times. And during the games, if I feel like when it is opponent's move, then I used like if he's taking more time, I used to walk, just walk, and then come back to the game and sit and concentrate. So this is how I manage.
So, you used to really take focus off the board when you go for a walk?
No, no. So even when I was walking, I was just thinking of the position. So okay, what he might play is and what should be my next move. So walk means like the till I finish the game, that board will be there in my mind.
Very briefly, how do you handle the diet part of it before the match, after the match, or during preparation, or during the tournament? Do you have any specific plans?
I have not managed a strict diet, so I used to have the normal food till now in my career. So starting from when I playing chess and till I became grandmaster and all, I didn't follow any strict diets. I used to play I have the normal food itself.
Sarita, coming to the parents' role in chess,
Yeah.
you are you are a coach as well. So, how important is parents' involvement? Is too much affects them, or too little has a negative impact on them?
Yeah, and these days as a coach, when I go, I see lot of parents accompanying. Yeah, they're privileged to have parents with them, whereas my days I never had, except my brother. And these days I see, because the parents have the privilege of working from home. Yeah, it helps. mostly it helps. Sometimes it has its own disadvantages also. Yeah, it's very supportive to have a parent always. It depends on the again
Yeah.
parent,
And individual to individual.
individual to individual.
Okay.
Yeah.
One second. Okay, go ahead, please.
Yeah, about parents' role, no, it is like stressful for kids. I have seen this positive and negative side of this. So once maybe in 2001, uh, during my period, I went to Chennai with one player, small kid. Okay. Then the people during those time there was no arbitrarship like what you say in other sports umpires. We are all only arbiters during these days. Okay, they told you become an assistant arbiter for this event. Come inside. It was like under seven event 2003. So what happened was I was inside the tournament hall. One small kid from West Bengal, she was crying. She's getting mated in one move.
Oh,
Okay, she was crying. And that we tried to console for maybe half an hour. She didn't turn up. Then I asked her. Okay, slowly we asked her, what has happened to you? Why you are? We know we are. We can see the board. She's getting mated in one move, but she's not moving. She's taking her own time and sitting very quietly crying. So we it took half an hour for us to go console her. Then we asked her, oh, what is the problem, real problem? She told instantly, if I go outside, my mother will scold me because why you came very fast. It is so parents are like it is nothing to lose. It is not about winning or losing. What they say is you have to sit for hours. Though during those days, 5 hours, 6 hours game was there, and that was the pressure. Sometimes no parents will kids automatically will take when you say in front of them, okay, you have to play. Why you played fast and all? They immediately take into mind, okay, I should play slowly, but I am losing here. I should not go out. I should sit here and after the come. So that was the incident. So like positive. See, going during our time, as Sarita was telling, we had a lot of problems. Like we had to go alone, and even if we felt sick, we had to take care of ourselves. That was our problem. Nowadays, even foreign countries, parents will accompany, they'll feed them. They know, as he was saying, diet part will be taken care. I've seen going with the stove, taking rice. Yes, they'll cook for themselves. They don't allow them to eat any like oily foods and all.
Pragnananda's family.
Yeah, almost.
No, many.
There are many families are there. So that positive is also there, and the pressure like this also will be there. So it is
And-
both vice versa.
And one more negative aspect I want to say is when they come with parents, they will be always with the parent. They don't have that interaction between the players. That I see as a disadvantage. They should mingle with the teammates, other players.
Yes.
That they won't do because parent will be telling, no, you should not waste time. You take rest. A lot of restrictions also will be there for them. That pressure should not be there. They should have their freedom. Sometime you give after the match some time to interact with other players. That interaction is not there now. As a coach, I'm saying when I was playing, we never had books and computers, so we used to analyze with the other players. We used to have lot of interaction. We used to talk like urgent games. I have played 3 days also during my time. 3 days.
And
I have
what was the
played
re-
like
what
that.
was the
So
result?
once it urgent, I used to go with players whom I know, and they should be my friend, not opponent friend. Like that, lot of things used to be there. Because if there are the opponent friend, then they will not give me good moves. So we used to do that. Lot of interaction was there. We used to talk. Manisha also used to be. We used to talk. Lot of interaction. But now I see no one talks. They come, just eat food, and go back to the room. That's it. They have all laptops. Everyone has their own. There is absolutely no interaction at all, unless they are very close friends. Otherwise, I don't see any interaction with them. Even coaches also, they just don't. They come, eat, and go. That's it. That's there now.
And what happened to the 3-day match? You won or you lost?
Many I won.
No, that
Most of
particular-
them. Sometimes draw also it
Okay,
happened. Yeah.
okay. The 3 days.
Yeah, 3 days. And that too, it used to be long. 8 hours also I have played.
There was no
That-
time control of those times?
It was there, but
Okay.
still 8 hours used to play. Then first day, then they will give 2 hours. Then again next day. Third.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Very few like that. But the second 2 days, I have played many like that.
Coming to Manisha, I mean, we are really running out of time, so I'll make it as short as possible. And sponsors' role.
Sponsorship is easy now. That's what I can say. Like people already sponsoring millions of dollars. Gukesh is sponsored by Westbridge Anand Academy for an undisclosed sum. 5 years he'll be sponsored. All his travel, coaching, whatever else he requires is taken care of. Prag is sponsored by Adani's. That is also an undisclosed amount, but they will sponsor him long term. Then Arjun Erigasi is sponsored by a Singapore company called Pond Box. That is $1.5 million sponsorship. So most of the players are sponsored these days. Like these people start very early. They are prodigies at by the time they are 9 or 10 years old. I remember Pragyananda played a game at 9 years, which was compared to the game of the century. Like he played so brilliantly. So once these people are, they make their mark at a certain level. Sponsorship is very easy these days compared to what it was when Sarita and all were
I
playing.
never had any sponsor.
Sarita never had a sponsor, nor did she have
Yeah,
any
no,
employment,
yeah, no
to
employment.
be very honest, despite being a woman international master and also a national champion. Now, this petroleum sports companies, sport board companies like Indian Oil, they are sponsoring players in a huge way, and they take employ hundreds of players. They don't have to go to office. They are sponsored for all their tournaments. Then LIC and railways. So there is a lot of sponsorship in chess. Anand also had a sponsor very early on. Like Anand comes from a very affluent background. So initial days he used to spend on his own. But then from 2000 he had NIT sponsored him for a long time. In
The
fact,
NIT was a long-term sponsor. Yeah.
he was their brand ambassador.
Mm.
In fact, he was, I think, for 15 years or so. So I used to tell Anand, I'm tired of seeing your blue shirt every day.
Yeah.
So wear it, compulsory wear that blue shirt with that NIT logo. Like,
And I think recently he also did advertisement for Ramraj punches or something like that. Yeah. Okay, we're running out of time, and there's a very interesting subplot going on as India is becoming a superpower. At least in my time, I just could not imagine anybody replacing Anand as India number one, and it has already happened. And Gukesh was the first to be number one, overtake Anand. And then Arjun Erigasi is number one now, or number two.
no, Arjun
Because
Erigasi is the only
daily
player to have
ratings keep
crossed
changing.
2800.
And even Vidit was number one for a brief period, according to the running ratings. And Vidit himself didn't know that he was number one, it seems. This was told me by Sagar Shah, the founder of Chess Base India. And at the end of the day, when Sagar told him, "Arey Vidit bhai, you were world number one for a brief while, for one day or something like that," and Vidit reacted as if he had committed a sin. So he thought that he was insulting Anand by replacing him as number one. So now, according to you all, who is or who will be the number one just for some time at least from now? Arvind.
Yeah, youngster wise, I think there will be a fight between Prag and Gukesh, and always Anand will be remembered forever, legend. So we can't like his world championship. No one can break, because reason being he has won in all formats, like in a match wise,
Classic,
and
rapid
yes,
tournaments, yeah.
all that way. So Prag and Gukesh, maybe Arjun also. These three will be fighting for next maybe 10 years. Definitely, we are going to see more talents from India, because India is already as growing as a superpower in the world. We have dethroned.
Yeah,
Russia.
we're second. We're second behind US in men's and second behind
Yes.
China in women. And Tej, what about you? How do you think the race will go from now?
Like, I think all the chess players in our country will see, when they start chess, they see Anand as a role model. So Anand's impact on chess is very huge, and you can see in Tamil Nadu. So Tamil Nadu has 40 grandmasters. So this is what Anand's effect on chess. So nowadays, okay, youngsters are doing very well. So I see Arjun's. I see, apart from Gukesh and Pragnananda, Arjun's style of play is interesting. I feel that in the coming years he can be a number world champion. Yes, there is a lot of youngsters who are coming up in like there are 6 players who have crossed 2-7 from India. So we have never imagined that this would happen, that too in a short period
that's
of
right.
time.
And Arjun Erigasi crossing 2-8
Yeah.
was an event in itself. He was the first one after Anand to do so. Okay, Sarita. How do you see the race from here on, including the women's chess?
Yeah, women, I'm seeing Humpy.
Humphrey, she won
Humpy's,
the
yeah.
Grandmaster event recently,
Yes,
where
Divya-
Manisha was the press officer. Yeah.
Divya Deshmukh is good, doing good. Vaishali,
So
Harika
you meant to say it's
also.
in safe hands.
Yeah, and Vatika also is
Yeah,
doing
she's also
good.
doing very well. Yeah.
And as in men, as they mentioned already,
Yeah.
is there. Maybe Chidambaram also, I guess he can, it won't be a surprise if he comes in, top.
Okay. Manisha.
Yeah, I find Arjun quite interesting. He's a universal player. Then, apart from that, Arvind is 25 years old. In 2013, when Anand was playing the World Championship against Magnus Carlsen, there was one simultaneous GM event going on there. So, the Arvind Chidambaram was 13, 14 years at that time, and that was his first event, and he won that, beating 5 Grandmasters. So, at that time, I honestly thought he's the next best talent. But personal issues and all, he didn't show that much of a growth. But last 1 year, he's been phenomenal. He's been winning a lot of events. Now he's in the top 15 in the world in the May 1st rating list. So he's also a player to
12th,
watch
yeah.
out for, though age is may not be that much on his side.
Okay, but just a curious question: why do they call him the madman, Arjun Ergaisi?
Arjun Ergaisi, they call him the madman because he plays non-stop chess. 365 days he's playing some event or the other. And here one more thing is Pragyananda and Gukesh got invites to a lot of elite events, the Grand Slam events, but Arjun did not get a single invite. So he's come up the hard way. He's played in open tournaments. In open tournaments, you risk losing your rating a lot. Whereas in closed tournaments, it is easy to maintain your ratings. At least you don't lose that much, only if you play very badly. But in open tournaments, you don't know, you can lose to any Tom, Dick and Harry. So he's taken a risk. He plays each and every possible event. That's why they call him the madman.
Okay.
And he wins the events convincingly.
Oh, really? Okay. If you can mention your Anand moment, it may be an interaction or an email or a anecdote or anything with starting from Arvind.
Yeah, I had a brief time in one meeting with All India Chess Federation. Went as an official. He was invited there. He had definitely a charisma. So what I felt that was, if I had met him maybe 10 years back, I would have pursued chess only. Unfortunately, I couldn't meet at that time. And maybe last year I met in Grandmaster event. We had a lot of discussion about how to organize this Grandmaster event and how the sustainability should be there. The people will do one time and they'll drop off. All that he was telling. He was giving good this. That's how my.
Tej?
I wanted to meet Anand for many years. So from the day I started playing chess and when I took up chess seriously, but I never got an opportunity. But last year GM event in Bangalore. So thanks to organizers Arvind this year. So they had invited Anand for the inauguration. So before the start of the event, so previous day we had some interaction with Anand and Nigel Short was there. So I was also present. So it was a fanboy moment. So I took the photograph with Anand. So it was very nice. So that's okay.
Sarita?
Yeah, first time I met Anand was in Asian Championship. Yeah, that is the first time in 90. He was also there for Indian team. He was playing in men and I was playing in women. The last round, as I told you, I got my WM title there. Last round, that by that time he was GM already, the only GM there. Last round I was playing, I had to win that round to get my title. And he knew it. I don't know how he knew it. He knew it that I had to win. Then I finished my game very early. He was playing his game. Then I finished. I was wrapping up my things. Then he walked to me, my table, and he asked, Sarita, what happened? No, just I finished. He walked. His round was going on. His game was going on. He walked to me and asked, what happened? I said, I won. He congratulated me. That was my lifetime memory for me. He was the first person after my win. After I got my WM title, he was the first person to wish me. That was my. Then afterwards, in the same year, we had gone for Olympiad, 1990 Olympiad. Yeah, 2-3 times we have gone as a team. Yeah.
And Manisha, being a journalist, you have to say something controversial. Otherwise, this event
No,
won't be remembered.
see, I have traveled with Anand for about 20 years, more or less stayed in this. So there are a lot of personal interactions. But I'll point out one incident which happened at the 2001.
Controversial, please. Something
No,
really.
no. Anand is known for being non-controversial. He's called the gentleman world champion of the world. So, okay.
God of chess.
Okay, this was Anand was always world number 2 or world number 3. In one particular event, I think he overtook Gary Kasparov for a short period. But FIDE did not add those rating points. And when the next list, in those days, it used to be published every 3 months. So FIDE did not add those points, and Anand was number 2. So I was chatting to his wife. I asked, she said, he's least bothered. What should we do? Then I asked Anand, he said, no, what can I do? It is there, this thing. Then I wrote to FIDE, okay, this is not done. And some more people also wrote to them, and that list was corrected. But I'll mention one incident. This was in 2001. We had the World Championship in Moscow, and the World Championship was held at Kremlin. So at that time, in one game, Anand was playing a player called Vladislav Tkachev. He plays for France, and Anand played a beautiful game. This was at the Kremlin, and there was one particular move where Anand kept his queen. It was a queen sacrifice, and at that moment, the entire Kremlin got up and they clapped. That's the first time in the history of chess that anybody has clapped at a chess event. This has never happened before, not at a world championship, nor anywhere. So this is one of the best moments, you could say.
What move was it exactly?
He was there were two ways his queen could be captured, all of them leading to mate. So that was a brilliant move, and in Russia, people follow chess a lot. So they all stood up and applauded. So this has never happened during a game in chess history.
Oh, that's a fantastic way to end this program. And thank you, everyone. Until we meet next time.
You have been listening to BIC Talks by Bangalore International Centre. If you liked what you heard, do follow us on social media. Keep up with our programming by signing up for our mailer on the website, or leave us a review on Apple Podcast or iTunes. The crew that makes these podcasts possible is S. Sarvana Raj and Ranjit Kumar on sound supervision and production. Artwork is designed by Chandani Venkataraman of Crisscross Design Studio. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel on your favorite podcast platform. It can also be accessed on our website, bangaloreinternationalcentre.org. This is Sunaina Jain signing off on behalf of everyone at BIC.